Everyone is looking to find a winning betting strategy, but picking winners can be tough with a whole range of selections and runners to choose from. And even if you do start winning over the long term and you become a punter who is smarter than the bookmaker, it won't be long before all your free bets are revoked and you're restricted to just pennies on your bets. So how can you overcome this? In this video, I'm going to show you a live example of the betting strategy that I'm using to continue making money from my betting. No longer am I using bookmakers to do this, and in pretty much all cases, I've made my profit before the race has even started. Okay, so you can see here I'm looking at a betting exchange, that being Betfair. Now, if you're familiar with match betting or you've done any urban or anything like that, you'll be sort of familiar with how betting exchanges work. This is just software which controls the Betfair betting exchange website itself, which sort of gives me like a speed advantage over people who are using the slow, clunky website. But if you're used to using bookmakers and things like that, it might look a little bit different to what you're used to. So the most obvious thing is everything is in decimal odds, and it's kind of a little bit similar, and there are a few similarities to what you would find with a sort of financial market. But it's pretty simple. You can see the favourite, Envoy Allen. That 4 in decimals is 3-1. The second favourite, Banbridge, 5 in decimals, 4-1. And then the sort of outsiders, Stage Star, 7, 6-1. And then Capon Dano, I think that says, about 9-1 or 10 in decimals. Now, you will probably have heard of betting exchanges explained by ITV. They sort of mention them quite a lot, all the time, really, to be honest with you. Throughout the Cheltenham Festival, they actually brought up like a little on-screen graphic which explained the key differences between the bookmaking model and using a betting exchange and the model they have. They kind of forgot the main key difference, though, I would say, which is the fact that obviously bookmakers ban long-term profitable customers, and you get restricted with your stakes, and your free bets are taken away and things like that if you continually win money month after month after month. But you can't really blame them. They've got about 150 bookmakers that sponsor that program, and it's probably not in their best interest, and it doesn't really fit the narrative to be telling people that if you do win and you do start placing bets based on maths, you will get your accounts banned. Okay, so what we're looking at is the betting exchange. Like I said, you can see Envoy Allen's price has actually been drifting out. So if you look at that graph at the bottom of the ladder, can you see how it was at lower levels earlier on and it's drifted up? And the second favourite, Banbridge, has actually been coming down. So it's been backed, people are backing it, and the price has been coming down. Now, you might have that tendency to sort of think Envoy Allen's going to drift out like crazy, and Banbridge is going to keep coming down all the way down to 100-1 on. But once you sort of realise how betting exchanges work and how the market won't allow for that to happen, the amount of smart people in the market will make sure the efficiency stays intact, you realise that you'll probably just get a bounce. So Envoy Allen's been drifting, Banbridge has been coming in, and I think you'll just get a counteraction between the two. So in other words, I think Banbridge is going to drift. So if we look at odds of 5, there's £11,000 matched at odds of 5. If anyone comes and lays there significantly, that will sort of enforce to me that the price. Oh, did you see that then? Coincidentally, that just occurred. Just rewind that if you didn't see that. There was a huge lay bet which matched a lot of money at odds of 5.1. So I know I'm going to be watching that intently. So there's £13,900 matched at 5.1. If that increases dramatically, I'm going to lay this runner, because I think that will, the impetus for people to freak out and hedge and follow the trend will increase. So you can see the £16,600 matched at 5.1. Going to intensely watch that, and boom, it's gone again. So I'm going to put some money in at odds of 5.1 there at the back of the queue. £200 lay bet, 5.1. Hopefully a backer will come along and match with me, and then we'll have a position set. So are we going to get matched? There we go, we've got our position set. Now I'm going to be looking to add some more money to this if I feel like that trend is continuing. So it's about 2200 matched at 5.1. Someone come and lay it. Give me confidence. There we go. Right, I think this is probably going to work out how I expect it to. So just getting matched there on Banbridge. So what I'm expecting is for Envoy Allen's price to come back down, and alternatively Banbridge is priced to drift back out. So I'm going to offset my bets on the other side of the market on Banbridge, and as those bets get taken, I'll make more profit as the price moves up, and that's displayed on the left hand side of the ladder. You can see there's more and more profit as the price drifts up towards those orders that I've got set in the market, those back bets. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm laying at one price and trying to back at another price and net the profit in between the two. I'm not saying I'm laying Banbridge because I think it's going to lose the race or not pick up the victory. I'm saying I'm gambling that the price on Banbridge is going to drift out. And I say gambling, sort of like educated gambling. I've seen these sort of setups loads of times, so I think it's highly likely that that will occur. Banbridge will drift out, whereas Envoy Allen will counteract that and come down. And at Cheltenham and big markets like this, the markets are very, very efficient. There's a lot of money passing through it. The horses are high quality and things like that. So now we've got to sit back and relax. Like I said, I'm not gambling on a horse to win the race or not win the race or whatever. I'm gambling that the price is going to start here on this particular runner and drift up here as we move on. So you can see if the price starts moving up towards where we've got our orders set in the market, you can see the current laid price is 5.2. If that keeps going up, we'll make more and more profit. And that, what I've got displayed on the left hand side now, I've switched it back over, represents a free bet on the runner. So if you can see if it drifts all the way back up to 5-1, 6 in decimals, there'll be about a £350 free bet on Banbridge. Not too bad for the second favourite in a pretty competitive race, you know, with the first 2 or 3 runners. But obviously you have the option to cash out the position as well. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting down now. There was another big order there which matched at 5.2, that being a lay order. And I'm just saying, okay, the market's going to sort of scramble into position now. People can see that other people are laying this runner. You know, Envoy Allen's drifted out to a higher price. People might perceive that to be now back value because it was lower earlier on. It's drifted out to higher. There's nothing inherently wrong with the horse. And you're just sort of expecting that counteraction. It happens all the time with betting exchanges. One price moves one way, one price moves the other way. So we can see price is slowly creeping up to our first £40. There's £156 worth of gross profit there. If we get touched on that at that level, I think it's likely. You can see Envoy Allen has started to come down in price as well. And boom, there's our first position touched. Gives us a little bit more green zone on the left-hand side. Reduces our red a little bit as well, which is the aim. The name of the game. You don't want to get caught out. If someone comes and backs £5,000 on this runner, and we just instantly head into the red. So I offset like this for that reason, and it gives me a good average exit price as well. But you can see it's pretty predictable. Cheltenham markets like this and, you know, Royal Ascot markets I find easier to read. There's more money passing through them. Granted, the same things happen in smaller markets, you know, what turnover, you know, £300,000 at post at Uttoxeter and things like that. But it's sort of more calm in these bigger markets because there's more money passing through them. More people understand what the prices should truly be on these runners, and you just get a more natural sort of market movement. The same things happen in the smaller markets, but it can just be a bit more volatile. So you have to be a bit more cautious with your staking. So we're still sat here watching how this is going to pan out. We're up to I think it's our third offset order here, third 40 quid. Someone comes and lays, you can see that's matching there. Someone's laid with our back bet, matched us up, and the trend hopefully continues for us. So you can see I'm at about a £200 free bet currently, if I want to take that on Banbridge, or I can hedge my profit, cash out and run for about 35 quid at this point if I want to. Okay, so still watching this, not a great deal's happened over the last 2 or 3 minutes. I'm starting to get a bit cautious with it. The market's kind of stuck at this level. Envoy Allen has, I would say, arguably bottomed out. So you could find that the trend reverses again and Envoy Allen heads back up and Banbridge heads down. And there was a big order which was added to the backside of the queue at 5.6. So that is warranting me to pull my orders down. You can see I'm doing that there because I think this is done. I think the price has reached too high. People perceive it to be back value. Envoy Allen looks kind of stuck at the bottom of its range as well. So you can see I'm gradually just pulling my positions down to offset my exposure. Once they are taken, even once they're taken, the green on the ladder will be completely green either way, and the position will be risk-free, and I'll have the option whether I want a free bet or I want to take the money and run, which I always take the money and run. That's the way I trade. And you can see it's not stressful, it's just nice and slow and steady. I have indeed pulled that down, and you can see that is position complete. £30 of guaranteed profit across every single runner, regardless of what happens. within the race, and that took what, 15-20 minutes or something like that. I've recently set up a email list full of my top tips and stories about how I went from nothing and had to go through all this hardship of understanding what was going on within these markets, and things that I use to make money, which I think you may find helpful. And if you are interested in subscribing to that email list and getting pretty regular emails from me, I try and send them out as much as I possibly can. I'll leave a link down below in the video description. It's completely free to sign up, join that list and receive top tips and helpful information from me about my journey so far and the things that have worked for me and not worked for me and how I've got to the level in which I'm at. But yeah, it's completely free to sign up, and I would recommend it for any traders out there who are looking to start making profits over the long term out of trading horse racing markets on Betfair. But yeah, with that being said, if we look at this market here, there's still absolutely ages left to go in this market until the clock hits zero. And this is a big plus point of Cheltenham markets. There's no junk filtered in between the races, and all the attention, even if there is any sort of filler races and filler meetings in between, all the attention is up Cheltenham at pretty much all the way through the festival. So, you know, you get a long period of time, usually about 20-25 minutes, I would say, where you can be active in the market should you want to be. Whereas in normal situations, you might get 3 or 4 minutes and everything's just sped up that little bit more, both of which are tradable. I just tend to prefer bigger markets like this. So the situation that I'm looking at now is, I think Banbridge has topped out. We laid it down at the bottom. We've backed it as high as we think it's probably going to go. I think Banbridge couldn't start making its way back down, and Envoy Allen could actually start drifting back out. Remember, these are the two closest prices between first and second. If something does one thing, something else is probably going to do the other thing. So at some point, I think that'll occur. I think Banbridge will come back down and Envoy Allen will go back out. We are getting closer to the start of the race now, and this has become the action-packed part of the market. Envoy Allen's the favourite. It's a very well-respected horse. There could be some late backing for it, but at some point, I feel that will just stop. And once it does stop, the price will head back. So I'm going to watch this intensely and see if we get any more backing support on Envoy Allen. The more it comes down, the more excited I'll be. There's some backing coming in there for it. We'll have to see if that persists, but the more it comes down, the more you may feel, if you're new to this, to chase the price around, feeling like a trend's developing. But generally, especially in big markets like this, it'll bottom out, and towards the last few minutes you might get a bit of hedging, which will pull the price back out. So what I have sort of said I thought would occur is starting to occur. We're getting a bit more backing on Envoy Allen. You know, this is the late money coming for it now. The horses will be parading at this point. And I've just got to watch this and try and figure out where the market has stalled and when that late hedging is going to come into the market. In turn, that will push the price back up. Okay, so I'm intensely watching this at this point now. We're getting to the really last few minutes before the race starts now. Banbridge did keep drifting up a little bit more because of that backing support which come in for Envoy Allen. But this is not going to be sustained, I don't think. There's an equal amount of money on both sides of the market. I think we're going to get a drift back out because the price has deviated quite a lot from the from higher levels, which there was a lot of money matched there as well. So I'm just looking at this now. I'm going to be intensely watching this. So sorry if I'm not being as articulate as I possibly can. And I'm trying to spot the point in which hedging is going to start occurring in the market, and the price will probably move back up in the other direction. I also think Banbridge will come down quite significantly as well to counteract that, as I've been touching on throughout this video. Now, one thing I want to say at this point now, the same thing will probably happen again, but it'll be much faster. You know, in the last few minutes, the liquidity skyrockets. The impetus for people to freak out and panic and hedge because somebody else is doing it is going to skyrocket as well, and the market will be a lot faster at this point when we get into these last few minutes now. But I do feel like there'll be a bounce. I don't feel like there's enough support pushing this price down just based on experience. Banbridge has moved all the way up to 6, it's 5-1. So I'm watching this intensely now, and I'm seeing where I can put my lay bets into the market to ride the price back up. So there's the first £200. 400's in the market now. So I'm just intensely watching this. If this goes wrong, I'll dump it really quickly. I'm not overexposed. I've got a decent amount of money in. Big order there, snapping the price back. more money to match a 335. There we go. And I've added another £200, so I'm happy with that. £600 lay bet on Envoy Allen, offsetting the orders on the other side of the market now. And if those orders get touched, the green zone will get a bit longer, as I showed you earlier. £600 matched up on that in the queue on the backside. I don't think it'll go all the way up to 3-1, but you know, we might do. We'll have to see. Banbridge has come down, which is helpful. Boom, big order there. And can you see what I mean? That freaking out and hedging just because other people are doing it, and the fear of losing all your cash will be increasing with people. And you know, it doesn't help that the liquidity is going through the roof as well. It's all little factors like that which push the market round. Just it's basically how people behave when money's on the line quite a lot of the time. You can see we're at about a £160 free bet on Envoy Allen. There's only 34 seconds left, give or take. So obviously I want to get these out and match before that clock hits 0. A lot of the time the races go off on time at Cheltenham. Granted, you do get false starts and stuff, but I don't want to be mucking around here. Pulling these down. Yep. 200 quid to go. Five seconds left. Let's just get these out. £100 left. Pushing it to the wire. Oh, £50 left. Just drop that in. And there we go. 71 quid guaranteed across every runner. And you see the race is just about to go in play. And you can see that has occurred. So I've made £42 of profit on Envoy Allen. £30.71 on Banbridge. And accumulatively, that's locked in £71. 61p of profit from this market. I'll show you that view as well. One click screen, which might make it look a little bit more simple to understand. Those are the free bets right there. And I'll bring up the Betfair screen right there. And you can see I've locked in £73 of profit guaranteed across every runner. I'll just make that a bit bigger. You can see my back bets on both Envoy Allen and Banbridge were at a higher price than my lay bets on Envoy Allen and Banbridge, and I've just net the profit in between those two prices. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing on a regular basis. I'm just looking at markets, looking at inefficiencies, looking at how people will behave and push the price around, and just being able to read that a few seconds before everybody else. I've developed my own product. If you are interested in doing this, you know, I went through a lot of hardship myself, I've got to be honest, when I was trying to learn and ultimately teach myself how to do this. So if you are interested in this and you do want to give it a go, check out the link down below in the description. You can go and have a look at it, see if it's for you. You know, maybe you're coming in from match betting, maybe you've done a bit of trading and you find it a bit hard and you keep getting, you know, big losses which are taking away all your profits which you've made in the in the trades leading up to that. If you want a resource which will help you out each step of the way, check the link out down below in the description. I spent many months developing this product and thinking about exactly how I wanted to articulate each of the videos in it so I can get across the information as clearly and as concisely as I possibly could. So check out that link down below in the description if you are interested in doing this kind of thing as well. And if you want to see even more trading and even more profits being made, check out this video which I've just linked on screen now. It's a good watch and I think you'll enjoy it. But yeah, with that being said, thank you very much for watching me trade this race at Cheltenham. I'm going to carry on trading the rest of the races for the day now. And yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.